right, so in the previous video, we got our project set up and we have movement and looking set up and we have all of our inputs set up. Now we need to actually get a projectile working. For our game, we're going to be shooting a ball or a fireball or something out of a like Nerf gun or like a magic wand or something like that, or out of our palm. We want to set up projectile motion. There's something called hit scan where it just draws an invisible point between your character and the thing you're shooting at and lets you know if it would hit, but we're not doing hit scan, we're doing projectile based. So we need to set that up. And to do that, we're actually going to follow a tutorial. This is from the Unreal Engine docs, and we're going to use this as a basic guide. So project settings, we've already done the input mapping. We want to add a projectile class. And it's going to be an actor. And we'll call it FPS projectile. So let's go ahead and do that. So tools, new C++ class, actor, and FPS projectile. Click on create class. That reload. Now, Visual Studio will ask you to reload all. Go ahead and click on reload all. And then we can see we have FPS projectile H and .cpp. Cool. Let's go ahead and dock those so we can find them later. And I usually like to close Unreal and do a full recompile once we add a new file. So back in our tutorial, it says we want to add in a sphere component. So we're going to include this sphere component include statement in the header file. So I'm going to go up to my projectile above .generated. Above the .generated, we'll put that in there. So we have a sphere component. We want to add a reference to the sphere component interface. So let's go ahead and copy this code snippet for a sphere component. So I'm going to go ahead and under tick here, paste that there. And it shows you what the code should look like, which that's what ours looks like. It's like, cool. Now we want to go to .cpp and we want to add in this code. I'm going to copy this, and inside of our .cpp, underneath begin play, or the constructor up here, I'm going to paste this. So this is saying if there's no root component, then make this the root component, and then create a sphere component at a certain radius and give it some collision. Here we go. Now it wants us to add in projectile movement component. So I'm going to copy this, go back to .h, and underneath my sphere component, I'll paste this back in. Do a projectile movement component. And we'll add this here as well. So instead of having you sit here and watch me go through this line by line, I'm going to work through this best I can until I get to the step that says binding fire input action. So go ahead and work through this until you get to this point, and then I will show you how to adapt this to what we're doing. All right, so I followed this tutorial up to where it had the binding the fire input action. Let's see what this does and walk through what it's actually doing. So in projectile.h, we have the collision component, which handles if you hit something. We have this thing called the projectile movement component, which is a special component that Unreal has built in that handles projectile motion. Things like bouncing, the speed in which it's moving, and things like that. And then fire in direction. So this is going to be the direction that the projectile's velocity should shoot. So once you actually fire a projectile, what direction should it go in? And we can look at the implementation inside of projectile.cpp. Now, this is the constructor, right? So our constructor is setting it up in our scene. It sets up the collision. So we have a collision of 15 F for the radius. and sets that as the root component. So it creates a collision for us. And then it says, well, if we don't have a projectile movement component, create one. We have it update every frame to its initial speed, max speed. So this will, in this case, would only move at one speed. Rotation should follow velocity. So this way, if you are spinning and you shoot, it'll spin like that. You can see should it bounce, how much bouncing it should have, and then its gravity scale. How much should be pulled down by gravity as it goes. You can adjust this if you want more like a arcing motion. And then this firing direction thing where it gets the velocity and takes the shoot direction as a vector and makes sure that it shoots in that direction. Now at this point, I actually went ahead and compiled to make sure it did in fact run, and it did, but can't do anything with it yet. So we're not going to worry about the actual shooting mechanic at the moment. That's going to come in the next video. Let's go ahead and make sure that our projectiles actually kind of work. So go to my C++ classes, FPS projectile. I'm going to create a blueprint class, and I'm going to call it BP_FPS projectile. I'm going to set a blueprint folder. Click create. And I'm going to go ahead and dock this here. Now we are going to go back to the tutorial in a little bit, but and it has adding a mesh in through C++, but let's go ahead and add something in here just to kind of test it out. So I'm going to go to add, I'll do static mesh, and I'm going to call this temp mesh. This is temporary. We don't want this to be here forever. We don't want to bind it in here. We just want to set this up so we can see it quickly. Temp mesh, static mesh. I'm going to set this to be just a regular sphere. Nothing special. I don't really care about the size or shape. Just want to be able to see it. Press save it. And I'm going to drag in a few of those blueprints into the scene. And press play and see what happens. And it shoots. And it just keeps going. So that works. And it's just shooting in whatever direction it sees us going forward. If I take another one and I rotate this so that way it is pointing in a different direction. And press play, I can see that it shoots off in that direction. This means that as our character rotates, it can shoot in the direction that we are rotating. And if I take this and actually rotate it pointing upwards a little bit, it will shoot up. So it goes in the direction that we point. So if I have it point down right now, trying to get the bounce off something, it's just going to go through the map, which isn't quite what we're looking for. But we're making progress. We have a basic projectile at this point. We just need to set it up to spawn that projectile when we hit the shoot button. We also need to set the actual projectile for what we want it to look like and all that kind of stuff. But we'll do that inside of the code later. All right, so now that we have the projectile and we know it works, let's go ahead and get back to the tutorial. And we're actually going to skip the binding fire input action because we did that in the previous video. We want to go to the defining the projectile spawn location. So for this, we want to consider the direction, where to spawn it, and then the actual class itself that we want to spawn when we click it. So our character will own the ability to spawn a projectile. So we need to go into our .h and we need to add in something for the muzzle offset. So how far from the center of the character do we want it to shoot? So I'm going to copy the code and I want it in character.h in public. So I'm going to go there, character.h under public, and I'm going to put this above all my input stuff. I'm going to paste that there. So it's a F vector muzzle offset. So if our character, right, is where they're at, where do we want to actually spawn from? So how many units forward and up from the center do we want to shoot from? So we can define that in the game. Because edit anywhere, though, we actually can set this in a blueprint, which can be a little bit easier sometimes. And then we want to add in the following code here for the thing that we want to spawn. So I'm going to copy this. It's going to be protected. So I'll put this up here above public here under begin play. So the thing that we want to actually spawn. So we define our projectile, which is called FPS projectile. There. We want to define what we want that to be. So we can edit the projectile, which different projectiles we want it to. And then it wants us to compile and check the code. So I went ahead and did a full recompile because nothing really popped up where I need to. But I'm going to open my BP player character, full blueprint editor, and I'm going to search for muzzle offset, which we'll kind of test out in a little bit. So it did pop up. And then I should have my projectile class, where I can set this up to be my BP FPS projectile. And for the muzzle offset, we're going to end up defining that a little bit later once we've actually tested the game out and we've added in something that we want to shoot from. Now back in the tutorial, we want to implement the actual shooting mechanic. So we want to go to the fps.h. We want to import the fps projectile.h. So I'm going to copy this and then go back to Visual Studio, character, top, underneath input action. I will paste that reference to our other class. Then it wants us to add in the following to our fire function, which we call shoot. So for this, I'm going to copy and paste. I'll copy and paste the whole thing. So copy the whole thing. Go into playerCharacter.cpp, and for shoot, under there, I'm going to paste this in, but I got to change this up. So I'm going to delete this right here. That way that all is inside of shoot. Right? So this chunk of code, what does it do? Going to get the camera location and rotation. So it gets the actor viewpoint and stores those. This sets our muzzle offset to be 100, but we can modify this later. And then it defines the muzzle location, which is the point in which it should spawn the projectile from. This will transfer the muzzle offset from camera space to world space. So it'll take the direction that we're looking at, transform that into the world direction, and have it go in that direction. We'll skew the aim to be slightly upwards. So this is going to pitch it slightly upwards so it will lob forward. Again, we can modify this value later. And then here it's getting the world, as in the level, and it's going to spawn a projectile at the certain location, rotation, using these parameters. And it'll set the trajectory and then launch it in that direction. So it's cool that the code's provided for us, but it's one of those things where we need to make sure we understand the code well enough to be able to use it effectively. For instance, what if we want to change the location? Well, we need to know we can change it here. What if we want to change the direction, or the pitch rather? We want it to tilt slightly upwards or not. And even from an earlier setup for things, in the projectile, how to change how fast it moves and things like that. So we want to make sure we have that done right. But that's all set up in shoot. Because we already set the input, it should just kind of work. We'll save all, go in and recompile, press play. I am now spawning a projectile. Spawning a bunch of them, actually. And they exist forever, and they keep coming as long as I'm pulling the button down. So we need to actually make some modifications to this so it's a little more set. For one, I don't like this spawning right in the middle of the head like that. I want it to be over to the right a little bit. So first I'm going to go to my player character. All right, so testing it out, it looks like 150, -50 is about where I want mine to come from, which is just to the right of center so we can still see what we're doing. And it's just a little over. And so we can now launch it. Go back to the tutorial and see what's next. Next is the mesh And they have a mesh that they want you to use, though we're not going to bother with that. It has you do the mesh component through code, which, and honestly, for right now, we don't need to worry about it. What we do need to do is change how we're actually shooting, though. So before we worry about how the projectile looks, let's make sure it's behaving the way we want it to as far as how quickly it shoots out. So for this, we have to go to our player character.cpp, go to our player input components, and for shoot action, here it has trigger event. Now, when we have triggered, that means while the button is being held down, it'll keep doing the thing. So it'll keep shooting as long as we hold the button down. I want to change this so instead of on triggered, we want it to be on started. This will make it so it'll only happen once we click the button. So we have to click the button each time we want it to shoot. So now I shoot one projectile every time I press the button. So I'm going to go back to my my projectile. Actually, I need to open up the projectile blueprint and viewport. Let's go ahead and take our mesh, right? Let's scale this down so it fits. And I'm lower it down so it's right inside of the collision. And I'm going to want this to be even smaller than that. So let's do 0.2. And I want to make sure it's right in there in the middle. Or you can even go in and change your mesh to something else. Maybe you want to shoot spikes or chairs or whatever. It's fine too. We're just kind of building out the gray box level, so we're just going to get it working. I am going to, however, change the material. So I'm going to go in here to Content, right-click, New Folder, Materials, New Folder, Materials. Open this up, and I'll create a new basic material, and I'll call it M_projectile. I'll set the material to be that projectile material. File and save. We are now shooting projectiles. Now, I still don't like how it's behaving as far as going through the floor, but we'll get there. All right, so that's going to be for this one. Thanks.